Right then, so first one for myself. Believe it or not, we've worked areas, all of us picked areas, picked our swims, picked areas in those swims, baited them quite heavily as we were told by the owner that they are ready for a bit of bait. Haven't really seen a lot for the first day and a half, and then one showed off a tip of a tree to my right hand side, and I quickly skipped a rod in, put on one of the new specials PPN in the larger size pop-up, wanged it out, spritzed it up, wanged it out. Half an hour later I sat on the bed chair and I'm like click click click, I can hear like a few clicks, and I thought that might be that rod. Got up to it, picked into it, and although it's not one of the beasts of the lake, I think you'll quite agree that this is a handsome young little chap. Just over 20 pounds, nice little scaly one, and the start of the campaign. I had put one or two little scoopfuls of the Ultranut crumb with CR1 and a bit of corn through that gap in the trees, so perhaps they're feeding on a little bit of bait at the moment. It's a start, and the good news is just down the bank Tom's managed to catch his first one as well, so I'm going to take some stills of this, slip it back, and skip on down the path to see Tom and see what he's caught. Happy days. Right, so whilst we're at the lake, all of us are going through some of our favourite products, and mine's not so much a product as such as a preparation type. I've been using what I have termed CR slop, really, essentially. It doesn't sound pretty, but what it is a blend up of load of boilies, CR1, Ultranut, bit of Nutrien, and a bit of an old winter bait that we had going around. And what I do with that is I soak it all up in a load of liquids, so Nutmino, Amino C3 and Liquid Cloud. As soon as they come out the freezer, I whack them on to the frozen baits, and as they defrost for sort of 24 hours, 36 hours, they draw a load of those flavours and attractors into them. And then simply I leave them, as I said, for about 24, 36 hours, and then whack them in the old crusher, crush them all up to get a really fine mix. And what you notice with that mix is it's actually quite heavy and quite dense in itself because of all the liquids have drawn into it. And then when I get to the lake, generally whacking a bit of corn, because quite frankly can't go anywhere without a bit of corn, and then a couple of scoopfuls of lake water. And what that does then is really dampens that crumb down, and whether you're using it in a spod or out of a bait boat, or even just underarm chucking it into the margins, it means that you can get sort of a ground bait ball effect. So really compress it down, whack it in, it falls straight to the bottom, and then all those attractors that are in the baits inherently and also in the liquids themselves start to leach out over time. A little thing I'll start to do as the months get a bit warmer is add a little bit of hemp oil on top of them as well. And what that does is it just means that as those attractors get stirred up, you'll get those signs of the hemp oil hitting the surface and creating a bit of a flat spot. Been using this now, farriers for the last couple of years, and wherever I go really, it's just a foolproof way to get a load of detractors, a load of food stuff on the floor without actually giving them round baits to pick up, and then your little hook bait over the top, whether it be a wafter or a pop-up, really is something that sits slightly above the mix, and for me it seems to really track them in. So if you're looking for a way to sort of prepare your baits, load of liquids, crumb them up, little bit of lake water, creates a really ready to go mix. And if you use it on shelf life, it means that you can store it in your car, take out what you need, add a little bit of water to that, use that in the session, and it means that you've always got that mix ready to go. So it may not look pretty, but it certainly puts a load of attraction, a load of food in that swim, and it's going to get you some bites. Well then, what a beautiful, beautiful morning. Just managed to watch the sunrise over the back of the lake as I was playing this awesome 30-pound sort of broken linear, half linear. Believe it or not, down to the snags again down my right-hand side. Saw one fish there yesterday, flicked rod to it, had that 20, and then thought I'd got to leave it there in the night. So, put it back out. And then first thing this morning, this rather lively fish has ripped off. Another one, PPN 15mm special, over a load of, this time just whole boilies, just been chucking them through the tree line. And yeah, a proper fight. Twitchy bum time, every time I think it's going to come off. But a testament to the attraction of just a few handfuls of bait this time of year and a really attractive hook bait. Slip her back, a few pictures, and a couple more nights left to come to see what happens.